Okay, we're live. Welcome to LRC, the league. We are back with the first race of the season. I'm joined here with my co-commentators, Toasty and Alan. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, really looking forward to this first round of 6 to see how all these different strategies will play out. We've talked a bit about how strategy is continuing to be a huge part of this, and also the changes from last season. We already saw in the preseason race last week. It's gonna be a good one.
Hey guys, I think it's going to be a great show tonight. It's all the speculation is going to pretty much come to an end, hopefully, and maybe we'll get our first storylines for the season. We have our race coming up right after that. It's going to be a great night tonight.
Yeah, most certainly. I think for me, I've just been anticipating the build up, or just excited about all the anticipation of the build up of this first race. All of the teams have been put in a ton of effort into the liveries, into their strategies, teaching each other, mentoring each other, strategizing. It's all coming down to this moment, and I'm so hyped for it. I can't even contain it. So we're getting off to qualifying here in the GR4 class. We got 7 teams this season, 2 drivers from each team. So we have 14 drivers on the track. Right now, we have about a 10-minute qualifier, I believe. I'm not sure if it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I forget. But drivers will set their times for the one feature race for this class. Any predictions on times and teams and drivers and positions?
I attended one of the practice sessions earlier. It was a multi-class. It's definitely, I'm expecting the pole to be somewhere in the 24-second, maybe 25-second range. But the spread, I think, is going to be really tight. I think even some of the drivers that using the initial qualifying as kind of like a power ranking, even some of the lower ranked drivers are still pulling in 26s and 27s. So it's definitely going to be a really tight field. It's just going to be about who can kind of settle those nerves right away. I know a lot of them, this is their first time having the hot lap and make that transition from the qualifying to a race. So it's going to be interesting to see who can transition to that race mentality real quick.
It's just as we're talking about times, looks like the pole position right now is hotly contested as Sir Hames crosses the line with a 125.966. Sir Hames, part of the Hoonigan Honeys Racing Mazda team. Grabbing a penalty there, half second for cutting, I believe it was turn 3.
I love that livery, that zebra striped forged carbon in the background. Looks amazing.
Yeah.
We saw it last week on the Vision RX-7 around Tokyo, and see it in the daylight here. Yeah, it looks awesome. The copper wheels look.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool seeing the liveries today because we're racing in daylight. The Tokyo Expressway race at night wasn't the best environment to see all the flashy liveries that everyone designed. So we got 32 Nasty PSVR in second right now, crossing the line to see if he improves on his time. Does not improve. Going down the order, we got Bishop just setting a purple sector in sector 1, I believe, down the spaghetti side of the pork chop there into the panhandle. We got Ads in 4th place for the Maelstrom Nismo team. Token Timmy, his teammate, in 5th place, also the Maelstrom team. Going further down the order, we got Trackhead for Bahamut I don't know if that's the right pronunciation now, and you might have to correct me with Bahamut.
I think officially is Bahamut, but I think Dinosaur and I co-opted with Bahamut very early in season 1, so I think that's what most of you viewers might know it as, but it is Bahamut as a respect. It's not a respect to Azazel. It is his creation.
I was
Yes.
told to say it with like my chest, through my chest or stomach, Bahamut. I don't know if that's the right thing. You'll have to correct me on that one.
And I think that that's usually reserved for right around when you do something amazing and you're on the team. You know, it's the victory cry.
Yeah, there's definitely the rattling pronunciation, and then the formal pronunciation. I definitely agree.
Okay, going further down the grid order to introduce all of our drivers here on track, we got Kilopros for the Vet Intimidator Racing Chevrolet and the Corvette there. We have Racer X, part of the CrowdStrike Racing Lexus team, currently sitting at 10th place right now. Dinosaur in 9th place, also part of the CrowdStrike Racing Lexus team. We've got Lamb King, currently sitting at 8th place. That's a really good position for Lamb King. He's doing pretty well. The car number 4 for Hoonigan Honeys Racing Mazda. I think I'll start abbreviating that as HHR from now on. And I believe it's Bryn is the other VIR Chevrolet in the other Corvette. And I believe we have, let's see, Motsky currently in 13th place, the other Bahamut Subaru car. And finally, Rogue Nipra, returning league racer from season 1, currently part of the Shinra Power Company, Electric Power Company Toyota car.
Our first 24 on the board at 24.957 by Sir Haynes. Well done.
I
Looks like
love
everyone-
all of the liveries this season so far. It's been a pleasure to see the creative process behind everyone, kind of putting them together the last week. I'm sorry, Toasty, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, they do look amazing. I was just gonna mention, it seems like everyone is on the same kind of qualifying strategy here, just putting in a few laps, getting fresh soft tires on the car, and going for a couple more. And we'll see if they can improve on that lighter fuel load by staying out there.
A little bit of racing going on for that final, going into out of the panhandle.
Yeah, it looks like Kilopros and potentially Ads? 66?
I believe that is Ads,
60, 66 is his teammate. I believe Ads' number is 420. Who's that?
That's Token Timmy.
Yeah, Token Timmy. Oh, off into the sand trap there at 10B. Call that the pork chop tip, I guess.
Oh no, and he picked up a 3-second penalty for that, so
man.
not gonna be able to put in a last lap here.
No, 30 seconds left in the session.
His teammate Ads also was in the grass there near the panhandle.
As we go through the evening, we'll talk about some of our changes from the last season, but one of the first big ones is I believe the qualifying period went down from 15 minutes to 10 minutes, so there's definitely like some scrambling energy going on right now, people trying to work with the limited time they have. And I know fuel, for some drivers, they prioritize fuel burning to get that fast lap if they can time it appropriately. So we're seeing a lot of cars having the mandated pit stop to change to a fresh set, but unfortunately that does take a lot of time out of your potential strategy plan to get a good hot lap in.
Yeah, it's essentially 2 less laps, in lap and out lap. They're not going to be going very fast, so it looks like Sir Hames and 32 have stayed out there but not changed tires, maybe. Looking at their lap times, look like they're on the same tires that they started on. Worked out for Sir Hames for sure.
Yeah, ads as well. Ads is looking at his tire where his front left is completely done. He just finished qualifying. Motsky looks like he's also probably pitted somewhere in the middle there, lap 5. So interesting to stay out. I think it's kind of like a balance there you need to strike of being able to improve your times every lap. Like getting an in lap and an out lap is taking 2 laps away from your qualifying. So it's kind of a big risk to do if you're not totally comfortable qualifying and doing hot laps.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's done. I saw Bishop earlier on. He hopped back into the pits because it looked like he was on a last flying lap. Went wide and somewhere in sector 1 or the S's. Wasn't able to put a lap together there. But 3rd place for him on qualifying. Not bad at all.
And right now we are waiting for the timer countdown for the qualifying session to end, and because Bishop is sitting in the pits, we'll have to wait the full, I believe it's 3 minutes of extra time added after the session ends. Let's talk about race strategy. So we see the front left tire here being pretty problematic for a lot of these cars during the qualifying session. How are you guys, with the research that you did, see that front left as a problem in your strategies for the race?
Well, you can either conserve it and stick with the softer compounds, or you can push on a harder compound. Both will give you similar results, but comes down to how many stops you want to make, really. And from the 1 stop to the 3 stop, they all have their benefits and downfalls, so it depends on the car too. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
Most definitely. Taking a look at the qualifying results that we got here, we have Sir Hames at pole position with a 1:24.957, 32 nasty PSVR in second with a almost 0.4 of a gap from leader, and then Bishop in third, rounding out your top 3. You have Ads, Motsky, Token Timmy, Bryn. 8th is Trackhead. Then Lamb King in 9th, Dinosaur in 10th, Racer X in 11th, Killapros and Rogue Nibra finishing out the grid. So pretty solid result for, looks like, pretty solid result for HHR Racing. Malastrom is doing pretty well. And Avanti Corsa Racing as well. Unfortunately, his teammate Booster is not able to race today due to internet connectivity issues. A pretty close pack when you look at the gap here. I believe everyone up at the top 10 is almost within 2 seconds, and you have Dinosaur, Rogue, Racer X, and Killer Pros just outside of the 2 seconds. So, gonna be a tight race.
Yeah, especially between 5th and 7th there. I think that's less than 500ths between the 3 of them.
Yeah, that is a very tight group right there.
Alright, so it looks like we got a 2-minute advanced warning from our league organizer. We'll just sit back a little bit and wait till that starts. I wish I could see the tire compounds for everyone right now. That would be nice.
Just picking up on some early tire wear, I noticed the Bahama's were having more wear in their rear left tire than some of the other cars. I know through personal experience, the Toyota 86 wears extremely heavily on the left-hand side, but that is the nature of the track with so many right-handers. But somewhat fortunate that the tire wears fairly evenly.
All right, we're getting started here with the race.
Kind of similar to the Avanti Corsa NSX. Had a similar thing going on with the tire wear on the rear tires. We'll have to see how that develops. Front row, let's go, go, go. From them, looks like Motzke gets a great launch with that four-wheel drive Bahama Subaru up into second place. And Sir Hames taking it easy here into turn one on the hard tires. We're talking about that transition before, going from soft tire qualifying mode to race mode. He's taking the first few corners fairly well. Into the lead through the S's, followed by Motzke, 32, right on the bumper of that Subaru. And Tokitsumi right under the rear wing of that NSX. Looks like everyone has gotten through pretty cleanly there. Pros side by side with the Racer X into, what are we calling it, the Panhandle?
The Panhandle, I like the Panhandle.
And Racer X defending there. Well, looks like Motzke has a second penalty that's going to drop him back a couple positions, I would imagine, there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It looks like 32 Nasty PSVR has got Tokentimi, the other Maelstrom car behind him. No, Sir Hames goes off there, giving the chance of Nasty to get side by side almost in the last turn. Almost able to overtake. Looks like we got a potential VSC situation here. All the cars are slowing down.
Yeah, I didn't really catch anything. It's been further back in the field. What I did see was B-Ship make a dive, made a move into the chicane. I don't see him in the front half of the field right now. It looks like.
Uh-oh. Looks like
that might have been.
Looks like people are exiting the lobby here. Looks like maybe one of the settings is incorrect. Looks like
I think it's a red flag.
Oh, red flag.
Situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Must have been a big incident.
Oh, right. Regarding the VSCs, if it's within the first 2 laps, it's an automatic red flag, and the race restarts.
All right. Yeah.
Getting those
Save that
nerves out in the
replay,
first
yeah.
2 laps.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I wish we could have caught that. I did hear like some pretty major tire squeal going on at the Panhandle, but I didn't catch what actually was going on. So we'll take a few minutes here to reset the room and set the grid order.
I think the one to watch on the restart is Motzke, because he was up there, and if he can keep it on the track, he'll be into second at least. That monster launch off of the line with that four-wheel drive.
Yeah, the four-wheel drive definitely has a huge advantage on launch. And I wonder if track position will be important on this race, considering it's not necessarily hard to pass here, but I think it's pretty tricky to get if the car in front of you is doing well enough. It's pretty hard to pass into the panhandle or even the chicane at the top half of the pork chop.
It looks like we might be able to get a pretty good idea of people's starting tires now. Just looking at the cars in the pits here.
Yeah, based on the initial run, I saw there's at least one driver on each compound. I saw Sir Haim starting in softs, Timmy and Motsky on mediums, Dinosaur, 32 Nasty, and Bishop all on hards. Already a bunch of strategies potentially at play.
Yeah, it's interesting. Usually you see the opposite in racing. The top half of the field will take a softer compound to battle it out for positions, and you'll see the second half go for a more conservative start. But it looks like Rogue has, this is showing right, we'll start on the soft tires. We'll try and get as many positions as possible. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of hard tires, a few medium tire strategies for the first stint.
I'm going through and just inputting each of the drivers' compounds into our live tracking sheet. A lot of hard compounds being used.
Yeah, it does look like Sir Hames is on the hard tires now. So it looks like 32 is just getting some extra laps in on the hard tire. Just kind of lessening that shock of transition between softs and hards. Back on the grid now.
Yep. I didn't realize Motsky started at 5 in 5th place.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, if he's 6'2", he's gonna shoot right up the middle. See if he does it again. There he goes already.
There he goes, yep.
Oh, man.
Up into second. It must have really short gears that Subaru revs right into the power band and launches him into second place. 32 just behind Motsky again. Bishop following. Through the S's for the second time here. Oh, Toka Timmy goes around the outside of Bishop through turn 3. That was a great move.
Oh, we missed it. We caught Killer Prost doing a pretty nice move down the S's. I think it was around Lamb King.
It looks like Sir Hames is doing the hybrid strategy when it comes to tires. He is running racing hards in the front and softs in the rear.
Oh,
That is
interesting.
the first time we've seen that in the league.
Man, I just added the tire strategy graphic that can't handle like a difference between the front. We'll just call it hards for now.
Yeah,
We'll
it
just go with
was
the front tires.
it was a point of discussion of Gran Turismo allows you to do hybrid setups for the initial stint only. When you go into the pit lane, it requires you to just use one compound for both front and rear. I did not do any hybrid testing myself, but I'm extremely curious to see how well this is going to play out for Sir Hames.
Token Timmy getting a little squirrely there at the exit of 10B, almost running into the wall there, and I think Bishop was allowed to take that position from him. So
Yeah,
behind
Ed's
Bishop,
unfortunately in the back of the field now. He had a bit of contact with, I think it was Bryn in the VIR Corvette on lap 1. Just had to save the car, had a massive slide on the outside of the end of the S's there where Sherhames is going through now. So just trying to make up some ground as he goes.
Killipros there was all over the back of Dinosaur, but got a pretty bad exit there out of, I think that's turn 5, I believe. Able to keep his lead over Lamb King, but there's a tight group here. It's Lamb King, Racer X, and Rogue, all coming down the back straight.
Sherhames went a bit wide going onto the straight, had to slow a bit. Otsky is right behind him. He's going to go for a move here. He does.
Oh, there's
On the
contact.
inside.
Oh. Both cars still able to stay on track. That was very hairy.
Yeah, I'm unsure whether there was enough overlap there going into the turn-in point. But yeah, no damage. They're both on the track. Still racing in the same position, so 32's gained a little bit of time on him. Ads has already made up 2 places since he was back in 13th. Making up some ground there. It's on the hard tires too, front and rear, so he'll be able to go long.
I think Lamb King must have made an error or something. He was currently running in 8th, or I think 9th. And he's dropped down to 13th, so... Do you have damage? He doesn't have any damage or anything. Maybe he ran wide somewhere.
Token Timmy very nearly found some room past 32 there, going up the hill past the chicane, and just had to back out of it. Lost a lot of time though, about 2 seconds. He had 2 wheels in the grass or something.
Trackhead here coming up behind Bishop down the panhandle. Nice tucked in behind. Looks like he's gonna potentially look for a pass here. Nope, stays tucked in. Maybe he's gonna wait for the long back straight. Oh,
and we have
Token
Timmy.
Oh my goodness, he barely keeps it on track.
Wow, yeah, I would have saved. Sure, that was full opposite lock. So Bryn's serving a 1 second penalty right now. Doesn't have anyone close to him behind though, so he should be fine. Bishop on the inside, a Token Timmy now through the last corner.
Move, wow. But Trackhead takes that opportunity to catch the 3 wide.
Oh, Trackhead gets ahead of both of them.
Timmy's still in the fight though. Pushing those mediums to the limit, already at 50% on the front left.
Yeah, we'll see how much. Yeah, it looked like it was about 4.8 seconds when he got to the penalty line. Looks like he lost about 2 seconds there. Hames has extended the lead to over 3 seconds now with that strange tire compound combination. I'd be interested to see how that car handles when it's on a matching set of tires, because if it's set up to handle well on this, you know, specific set, it might drive very differently if it's on all mediums, for example.
Rogue, Nipra, and Ads there going side by side into turns 6 and 7. Both end up passing Dinosaur, who makes a mistake on the exit there.
Rogue, I believe, the only one out on Racing Softs. Just based on our private sessions, he's developing a natural talent to conserve tires. I really hope that pays off for him tonight.
Ads looking at the inside there, takes a quick peek, but oh, it doesn't quite make the move.
A Rogue went wide
Oh,
though.
there's contact there.
Oh.
Rogue slightly loses control of the back end there. Looks like Ads got away cleanly, no damage taken.
Yeah, it looks like Rogue went wide, deep into the braking zone of the chicane, and that ended up giving Ads and Dinosaur an opportunity. Further up the field, looks like we got Trackhead and Token Timmy battling through the panhandle there. Looks like Token Timmy was able to fend off that Bahamut Subaru.
Looks like Nasty is coming up on Motsky. He's pretty close. Motsky here struggling with a completely dead left front tire. And Nasty on the Racing Hards with quite a lot of life left, so...
and he hasn't used much fuel
there.
either.
Yeah, pretty big advantage there for Nasty.
Oh yeah, look at how much more grip the front of that car has. Almost drove right around the Subaru into turn 3. Waiting for an opportunity though. He knows he has more speed.
And you can see the restraint just in his movements going into the turns 1 through 3.
It's always a struggle when you're cornering better, but then in the straights you can't make that passing opportunity because you're trying to save fuel.
I know he's going to want to get ahead at this next corner. I got the impression he's going after the one stop. I know he has more pace and he kind of wants to get on with his own race. He knows Motsky's struggling.
Yeah, at this point it might actually, at this point it actually might be worth spending a little bit more fuel to get around Motsky if I was in a situation, and then fuel save some more later in the stint. He's coming up on Motsky here in turn 1, getting side by side, takes the inside. Motsky without that front left isn't able to defend and keep the position, so great overtake there by Nasty.
Oh, Trackhead's just gone off in turn 1. Back onto the track, no contact with anyone or anything. Lost the position to Bryn, so back to 7th place.
I think I might be able to catch that on replay. Although Trackhead looks like he's got ads all over the back of him. Also struggling from that front left there, completely dead, just like Mosky is. Oh, so it looks like Ads was side by side with Bryn there, going into turn 1, and then understeered off into the grass, unfortunately. Catching that replay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much you can do with the, when the front left is completely gone like that and you're off the optimal line. With a bit less grip out there anyway, and you can't really rely on the tire because there isn't one, so to speak.
Ads there braking alongside, I think it was Trackhead, but reluctant to take the inside. I think he potentially thought that was a nosedive or something and allowed Trackhead to continue.
Like Bryn maybe spun it across the line there. Some front end damage. That's unlucky. He was running midfield position. Looking at 32, it seemed like I'm not sure if just based on the fuel, if the one stop is gonna work here. Looking at the laps we've done, unless he can fuel save a lot more than he has been.
Yeah, it might be looking like at a pretty taxing one stop. I imagine if he's going to go for the one stop, he'll pit on lap 17, maybe 16. He's already done 11 laps with 50%, so he might opt for a really, really long pit stop and go for the one stop. Gap to Sir Hames is slowly increasing. It was at 10 seconds a couple laps ago when he finally got himself into second place. Now it's up to about 10.5. And it would appear Timmy and Trackhead have pitted. Bishop slides up to third place. He was running fifth. And a similar strategy might be at play again. 11 laps at roughly under 50%. He's still got enough in the tank to get to lap 17. Doesn't look like Timmy's pitted yet, just looks like a couple of laps for the Bahamut's kind of taking their toll due to the high tire wear. Trying to make it to that pit window of 11 laps for a two-stop.
His teammate Ads is getting past Trackhead though. Trackhead having to serve a 1.5 second penalty on the straight there. So Maelstrom Motorsports currently 4th and 5th. Oh, and that's Token Timmy into the pits.
Alright, so we see Token Timmy's hitting up the pits. Looks like he's going to be potentially doing probably a medium, right? With 11 laps in each stint.
Probably, yeah. Splitting it into 3 even, into medium tires.
I mean, I think he's the only one who pitted this lap. I'm surprised that there's not anyone else doing the same strategy. That's like what I kind of default to, is always just doing like 3 or whatever, like even stints across my races. But you
Yeah,
know,
it
these
looks like-
teams have done a lot of research, and I know you guys have done a lot of research and testing and strategizing, so you guys know better than me at this point about dividing your stints up right now.
Rogue pit that lap too. He was just getting rid of the softs. Also repairing some damage he picked up somewhere.
Okay.
That took some extra time.
A lot of understeer coming out of turn 7.
Yeah, it loses that position to Killer Pros.
Yeah, in regards to strategy, what you were saying, Wonka, it's pretty easy at like first glance of a race of how you kind of want to like chunk the race into either 3 parts for a 2-stop or 2 parts for a 1-stop. And a lot of your testing, at least with my team, we looked at like if we wanted to do a 1-stop, what compound and what fuel attrition would get us to that point. But I don't know about any of the other teams, but we found there wasn't that big of a difference between the medium tires and the hard tires lap time wise. So
Oh, interesting.
I know both of the Shinra drivers, I left the strategy in their hands. We're a collaborative team, but when it came time to choose between medium and hard, I think we're going to see a preference for the hard. And in Rogue's own testing, he found that he was able to conserve that soft tire to go the distance, which I find unbelievable. But yep, there he is on his second stint, softs again.
Yep. So it looks like Sir Hames' strategy of putting racing hards on the front and the softs on the back is potentially playing out pretty well. The only downside to this is that when you pit for his next stint, he's not going to have the option to do the same thing.
Right.
I suspect this might be a potential strategy that might be banned in the near future, though.
And the difficulty here is that the car balance is going to be very different. Right now he has much more even tire wear. And then when he puts mediums or hards on after his stop, at the end of the stint, he's going to have a lot of rear tire left. It's going to feel much more understeery. Looks like Lamb King and Bryn are chasing down Dinosaur here. Dino with the front left tire also gone. Went a bit wide through the panhandle there. Lamb King getting a bit of a run. Get alongside here. Looks like it, yeah, so Dinosaur defending the inside into the chicane. Side by side into the braking zone. Dino brakes a bit later though and takes the racing line. Defending that well.
Yeah, excellent defense there by Dinosaur. Kept it calm and cool and didn't see any sort of over braking or anything offline, so he did really well there. Dinosaur there, getting to the grass. Oh man, unfortunate. Bryn or Lamb King were not able to capitalize on that poor exit there in turn 5. Looks like they're Lamb King able to get through, but Bryn side by side with Dinosaur not able to complete the overtake. He's really struggling though with that front left. I think Bryn there is having a little bit of difficulty on the straightaway due to his damage on his front spoiler, reducing that top speed by a lot there.
B-Ship in for his first stop. Oh!
Oh no!
I think what happened there is Dinosaur was setting up for the pit entry, going to the right, and Bryn might have just not expected that. Tried to go right to overtake, and saw Dino changed its line, might have caught him out there.
Bryn also in the pit there.
Yeah, it's a tricky pit entrance. It just everyone might be taking it at a different speed. It's the possibility of grabbing a penalty is very high, so some drivers are taking it a lot more conservatively. Unfortunately, when you're in the middle of a battle, some type of rear end collision is unavoidable.
So Sir Hames on to lap 17 now. So past the halfway point by just a bit. Doesn't have any tire left on the front left, but 32 does, so gaining about 2 seconds in that Avanti Corsa. NSX through the S's now. And gaining a bunch of time on Sir Hames. That fuel advantage looks like he has just under a quarter of a tank there. Be interesting to see how much time he gains in the pits as well.
So Kilopro's there having a little bit of an issue with his tire wear, allowing Motsky and B-Ship to get by. Motsky is on his second set of mediums. Already the front left there almost dead at this point. I think he had to have made a pit stop because before his front left was already dead.
Wow, 32 Nasty opting to go even longer than we thought, going into lap 18. Looks like he has about, I want to say, 12 to 14% fuel. He's probably got another couple laps in if he wants to extend even further.
I'm surprised Sir Hames is still out there though. The front left has gone a while ago and he's really down to fumes in the gas tank at this point.
And his lap times are starting to suffer. He put in his first 28 2 laps ago and then a 30 right after. This could be it right here, his pit stop.
Yep, 32 gaining another second, down to 11 seconds.
Yeah, seeing Nasty's pace with his hard tires and Sir Hames going to have to switch to a full set of hards or a full set of mediums. Oh, I think he might have been. Yeah, I think that might be a penalty, a 3-second penalty there for Sir Hames. That's going to be rough for him keeping his lead over Nasty.
That was a great camera angle to show just how tight that pit entry is and how soon those dotted lines end. And Nasty goes for another one.
On to the 19th lap. I wondered if he's going to go 20 laps on the hards and 13 on the mediums.
Yeah, just again showing a great ability to conserve tires. I think I'm very excited to see both Sir Hames and Nasty's tire choices.
So Sir Hames
It will update once he hits the line.
Yeah.
Fortunately, GT7 takes a smidge. Mediums.
All right, mediums.
And look who's just behind him on almost new softs. Bishop.
Bishop putting in close to qualifying speeds at 26.6 for his last lap, and he goes purple in Sector 1.
And certainly gaining some time on Sir Hames here. See the Mazda and started pushing.
So it looks like Ads, when he pitted, opted to go with softs, whereas his teammate pitted earlier and went for mediums. Dinosaur opted for mediums on his second stint, almost taking out the barrier there, and almost taking out the race leader.
Yeah, there were a few advertising boards flying. Kept it pointed generally in the right direction though, back on track with no damage. And this has got to be 32's last lap on this fuel.
Yeah, there he goes. I think he kept it clean going into the turn there.
Little bit of scraping the wall, but no damage from it. Alright, so Sir Hames coming down the straight now to the chicane.
I wonder if Bishop might have had an off. They were within 2 seconds of each other. Looks like the gap now is 7 seconds.
Sir Hames.
Yeah, Sir Hames is comfortably past. .32 though on the mediums.
He looks like he didn't gain that much time at all, really. He's still 11 seconds from the leader. So maybe those last couple of laps really did it for him in terms of losing that advantage that he had.
Yeah, it looked like about the same amount of time. Doing one extra lap though, he's gonna have 1 lap fresher mediums at the end, and that could come into play for sure.
That's true, yeah. And seeing that Sir Hames has yet to run his car with mediums on the rear and mediums on the front, the car balance is probably pretty different. So we'll keep an eye on his times, but he doesn't seem to be suffering. He got a 1:26 last lap, so that's the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, maybe he was feeling understeer with the first tire combination. And now the front grip. Oh, Kill Pros. That was a bit close.
Yeah.
It was.
Wow.
That was pretty...
The gap to Bishop is slowly increasing.
got a battle for 7th place now, 7th, 8th, and 9th. In a little train here, up to the chicane. Trackhead took a little look on the Corvette. Plotted in behind though, looks like they're starting lap 22 now.
Whoa.
Bryn taking a look on the inside.
Whoa, something weird's going on our screen.
That was a netcode issue, I think.
Yeah. So,
unless you hit a
my
cone,
God.
I know GT's physics regarding cones
I'm pretty sure that's like netcode or something, because what happened with Bryn and Rogue, they ran over a sign and the car did a bunny hop. Both of their cars did a bunny hop down the street. It was really funny looking.
Yeah, I didn't see that on my end, so I was thinking you might have seen something elsewhere.
No, you'll see it on stream when you play it back. It was really funny.
Oh, this is really close between these three. Trackhead trying to get a run there onto the straight, has to back out of it though. Bryn very close to the back of Rogue. Lamb King gaining a bit of time, joining in on the action. Bryn powering down the straight in our Corvette. Looks like Rogue is defending to the inside. And Trackhead trying to get in there. Bit of contact. The back of Bryn, looks like Rogue is taking a pit stop.
Yeah, for a tiny 8.6, he made that very wide for about 3 corners.
Checking in with the lead pack, then it looks like, well, the leaders at least, gap is still about 11 seconds between Sir Hames and 32. Oh, 32 picked up a 2-second penalty through that chicane and cut the inside first corner just a bit much.
Bryn and Trackhead going side by side into the turn 6 and 7 there, having a little bit of contact.
Yeah, they're racing hard, these three. Or those two. Lamb King gaining some more time. Oh, it's a three-way battle yet again.
Oh my goodness. Trackhead going off track there into the grass, almost hits the wall. I don't think he got any damage. Yeah, I lost 2 positions, 1 to Bryn and 1 to Lamb King.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dirty
he's
tire sends him off at T1.
Yep.
Oh man.
So it looks like Token Timmy pitted and came out with another set of mediums.
Likely his final stop.
Yep.
B-Shipton also likely for his final stop.
Rogue opted to go with Sauce for another stint, probably his last one as well.
That 2-second penalty from 32 in that chicane a couple laps ago really hurt his chances here. Down to 14, or up to 14 seconds gap now as a first.
Yeah, if you look at Sir Hames's times, he's pretty consistent in the 126s, his last lap being in the 127 flat. Sir Hames being really consistent here, doing a really good job of keeping his car out of trouble, not making any mistakes, keeping the car on the track, having a target pace. He's doing really well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how his next couple laps are going to go, because we can already see that tire imbalance of having to run the same compound. His front left, I believe the Atenza is all-wheel drive. I feel like a lot of the all-wheel drive cars tonight, that's the front left is their problematic tire. We'll see if he can maintain that consistency. I have full faith he will, but it will be very tough.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see that time creep up, probably in the 28s by the time that left front goes all red. That might be Nasty's chance to catch up. Yeah, 14 seconds is a tall ask, but we'll see if he can pull it off. If he can maintain pretty consistent pace as well in the 26s, I think he might be able to make it up whenever Sir Hames' tire goes.
Both Dinosaur and Bryn diving into the pits. Same fuel. Gonna be tight on the way out. I think Dinosaur is running in 5th place before he came in, so we'll have to see how that cycles out when everyone's done their last stops.
Oh my god, they're bumper to bumper.
Yeah, Bryn taking some less fuel. It's 2% less fuel, and that got him ahead. Dinosaur wanted to get back past right away. Looked on the inside of turn 3. Oh, that cost him though. He's got a half-second penalty. Further down the field, looks like Racer is trying to defend from Ads here in 8th place. Ads going a little wide on the last corner there. Oh, he's just letting Sir Hames through. Sir Hames lapping the two of them. And really good job by both of them, actually letting the leader through, continuing their battle.
That front left tire of Racer X is really struggling though. He's got about 15% there left on the Racing Hard. Adds with a clean set of soft tires. No?
Yeah, it must have just pit. Only about 6 laps to go for them. Racer might be able to go to the end. Ads definitely has enough fuel and tires to get to the end, so Racer will just have to defend really well here. He wants to keep 8th. Ads with that extra grip going through the final corner. Looks like he's alongside going into turn 1. Yeah, Racer just didn't have the grip to defend that. But Ad's back up into 7th place.
Matsu's gonna have to do the rest of this race with a bare left front.
Yeah, he's struggling there quite a bit on turns 6 and 7. I think the front left really hurts you once it's gone, especially on turn 7 to get that speed down the straightaway. You have to slow down too much to be able to get any good exit speed. Same with all the important turns here. Turn 1, turn 7, and then also the last turn in front of the at the beginning of the front straight.
Yeah, the grip allows you to carry that speed or close up if you're in a battle. And then I don't think we've seen many people successfully defend on a worn front left. This is a case in point right now. You start to swing wide if you don't have that grip. It allows the other car to just hug that line, get us nice, clean, and safe overtake.
Oh no, 32 ended up in a wall
Oh,
outside of turn 1.
No.
I really hope that wasn't down to lapping traffic, because he was making his way through the same group of cars that Sir Haim had a couple laps before.
Let's check the replay here. It looks like he was clear of Lamb King and understeered out into turn 1 and hit the barrier.
oh,
Yeah.
that is a brutal tire barrier formation.
Oh man. So he's got quite a gap back to third place, so he'll be able to keep the car out on the track and just drive to the finish how it is without a problem.
Yeah, certainly not worth pitting and fixing the damage at this point.
Looks like Lamb King in 9th is hunting down Racer on a new set of softs. Through turn 3 now. And Lamb King will have a lot more speed through these S's. If you can get him on the exit here, he does. Pulls alongside the Lexus there. And swoops around the outside into the panhandle. On those soft tires, Racer wasn't able to do much about that.
Yeah, it looks like Racer X's front left just isn't allowing him to defend at all.
Great consistency by Sir Haim, even though that his lap times did creep up. They've only crept up by about a second or so, and he's maintained it. This is actually his slowest lap on the stint. This looks like one of the Maelstrom's able to unlap themselves just due to the pace difference.
Yeah, I believe that was Ads making his way by there. So we got Sir Haim's in the lead, about 20 seconds behind Nasty. Then another 20 seconds, 24 seconds, we got Bishop in third place. There's a little bit of battle here between Trackhead and Token Timmy. Token Timmy is coming up on Trackhead here up into turn 10. We got Ads in 6th, Motsky not far behind in 7th, about 2 seconds. Got Lamb King in 8th. Bryn followed closely by Racer X. I think Bryn was able to get around Racer X there, still struggling on his front lefts. Then we got the other CrowdStrike Racing Lexus team member, Dinosaur, following behind. We got Rogue Nipra in 12th and Kilopros in 13th. So Tuck and Timmy getting really close
Still
to the
on the
trackhead
charge.
there, yeah. Getting alongside there, taking the outside. Able to clear trackhead into the braking zone to take the apex there. Returns 10A and B, making a clean pass on trackhead.
That trackhead has one more lap to try and get that spot back. Sir Hames, meanwhile, coming around the last couple of corners. Over the hill and under the bridge.
Yeah, epic drive by Sir Hames.
Well done.
Yeah, I think we'll have to potentially review the different compound strategy as a regulation thing. But excellent drive by him nonetheless. Like, I think he did an incredible job there, being really consistent, keeping his car out of damage. There you go, Nasty falling up in 2nd, crossing the finish line there.
Yeah, it was a really good drive from 32 overall. I just had that one mistake, set him back. With that damage, he had to carry throughout the rest of it. Bishop crosses the line in 3rd.
Well done. It's going to be a great night for both Maelstrom and Bahamut. Both of their cars finishing, I think, in the top 7. Token Timmy and I believe it's Ads are going to be 4 and 6. Trackhead and Motsky 5 and 7. Going to be a nice haul of points for those teams.
Token Timmy coming over the line now, followed by Trackhead and Ads.
All right, I think that's it for the yep.
Couldn't have asked for a better start to the season. Pole position, clean race, flag to flag victory for Sir Hames. That was the start of a great campaign right there.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the official results here. Or maybe this is the unofficial results because we have to go through our racing incidents and penalties application. But provisional results show Sir Hames with the win and 32 Nasty PSVR with 2nd place, but with also the fastest lap, and Bishop rounding out the podium. We got Token Timmy, Trackhead, Ads, followed by Motsky and Lamb King to finish out the top 8. And then we got Bryn, Racer X, followed by Dinosaur in 11th, Rogue Nipra in 12th, and Kilopros in 13th. I'm going to spend a few minutes here and put the results in to our spreadsheet here.
Really interesting race overall. I feel like there was action pretty much at any moment. Just at some point, somewhere on the track is exactly what we want to see. I feel like the divisions have really brought the pace between all the drivers really close.
I kind of felt like scrambled, like there was so much action on track that like it was hard to keep track of everything that was going on at the same time. Okay, so let me pull up the GR4 standings here. I guess the spreadsheet isn't quite set up to work the way I wanted it to, but I'll have to go back and finish that. But right now, Sir Hames is... Oh, yeah. Yeah, the... I just completely screwed up the spreadsheet. It's funny. But great job to everyone who raced. That was exciting. And any closing remarks for you guys? I know you guys have the GR3 race coming up.
I'm just excited to debrief with my team to see how it goes. I'm excited to see the reactions from some of the newer drivers. I feel like it's one of those information overload. There's so much. I hope they get a chance to kind of get those thoughts with their teams. It's again, it's their first, aside from the preseason race, it's their first race at speed, and they're able to see the limits of the cars, impressions of who their early rivals might be. I'm looking forward to all the storylines developing.
Yeah. Toasty?
Yeah, I'm already trying to get into the mindset of my own race. I'm like, yeah, but yeah, it was good, really good race, and yeah, same. Was able to can't wait to see the next one.
All right, guys. Well, I'll let you go. And for our viewers, we'll be ending this stream and then starting a new one in about 10 to 15 minutes for the GR3 class. So stay tuned.